And as we approach, you can see straight ahead, there is a yellow building with a door, brown door. If you've been to London, so you know, maybe you visited, no, at least been seen it from outside. There is Downing Street number 10. So that's how Estonians, Downing Street number 10. So that's a prime minister door. So so now we have, her name is Kaya, and she, now she's actually in isolation. She was tested positive, but during the normal days, sometimes they have the cameras, there's journalists, and the prime minister is coming out of the door and doing the press conference. So this is our kind of small house, small prime minister. I mean, not so much of the security. So that's how in Estonia we do. So it's just a small country, and everybody know each other. So there is nothing really special about this place, you know. So let's continue. As you can see, Irish embassy, there is a Dutch embassy, and this area of different embassies. So this is a Stenbock House. That's the house of Estonian government. The government in Estonia mostly consists of 2 or 3 political parties. At the moment, it's 2 big parties. If they win the elections, so then they join the coalition, and that's how they like the parliament, like the prime minister, and that's how Estonia is ruled. You see, in the summer, when, during the high season, when we have big cruise ships in the port, so this area is really packed with the people. And if you like look at this way, that's one of the most narrow streets of Tallinn. All right, let's see the view. We have from the top of the hill, there is a few viewpoints. So you can see the Finnish Bay, the Baltic Sea, and a piece of Tallinn Old Town. It's a great, I'm living here, but every day when I come here, admiring this view and Estonian Tallinn seagulls. So if you see that on the horizon, it's the towers. So that's a Tallinn old part of the fortification system. So we have in medieval times there was more than 50 of those. So now we preserved around a half. So it's about 28 defensive towers. Also, the church, one of the tallest in Europe, it's a church of St. Olaf. It was one. And it's difficult always to say when it was exactly built, because church is built not in a year, not even in 100 years, so always reconstructed. But I'll tell you that this church was one of the most unluckiest one. It was burnt around 8 times, and the last time when the lightning struck this church, it was almost completely, the spire was completely destroyed. So now it's looked like this. So it's a part of the Lutheran community and the St. Olaf Church. And you can see also behind the church there is some white big ferries. So it's still connected with the Finland, even though that of course the connection with Finland now it's quite problematic. You know, there is many ferries now out not on the route, but it's still operating because Helsinki is not far away from Tallinn. So it's about 2 hours on a ferry, about 70 kilometers, and you're already in the capital of Finland. And of course, Tallinn and Helsinki, we have like 2 brothers with the Finnish nation and the Estonian nation. We speak quite similar language, so we, I would say, after a couple of times, we understand each other quite well. So that's how most of the tourism in Tallinn exactly coming from Finland, and the roots, this terracotta brown roots of Tallinn old city. If you have a look, yeah, there is Tallinn and some other areas, living areas, and if you look at the Baltic station right there, you can see the roots. There picture is showing. That's exactly, there is a Baltic station and also the Telliskivi. So entering the Baltic station, so that's where we have the trains run. And there is also good view back on Dome Hill with Dome Cathedral, and slightly there behind the trees there is also the castle. Yeah. Let's walk further. So from here on the left you can see already the territory of the Telliskivi, and that's the Baltic station, so it's looking a bit like empty. There's quite many people, but we all know the situation, what's going on now in the world. Yeah. So we see this orange trains. That's our electric trains. They mostly operate in Estonia or in the city. We call them local carrot train. This is the color of the train. So one is departing. And mostly they go. Estonia is not connected with other European countries by the train. So mostly it's only in Tartu, which is in Estonia, Narva. So it's the quickest and the most green way to operate and connect with the people by the train. Also, actually, in Estonia, you can use this train, and for the Tallinn citizens, for example, like me and Temuri, so the whole public transportation in the city is free of charge. So we have the system for about 6 years. So it means that we pay taxes for the city, register the citizens of the city. So we pay taxes, so we have a right now to enjoy all the services of these trains for free, but only for the local citizens. Yeah, so only for the local citizens, not foreigners. And this train station, it's now, they wanted to demolish it, but now it's under actually protection because it's a part of sort of Soviet heritage. It's inside and outside. It's interesting construction, but we'll see. Oh yeah, so if you want to have some local music, so you can see there is a street musicians playing accordion. Mostly this area is actually well known. It's you have a sense of the Soviet memorabilia, a sense of the Soviet nostalgia in here. So you can see this street musician is also playing some old tunes from the Soviet movies and Soviet cartoons. Probably even you know that tune. That's the Moscow evenings. Yeah, Moscow evenings. Moscow. Yeah, what Moskovные вечера is called. Yeah. Basically, Telliskivi starts from the beginning of this red building. So the Telliskivi in Estonian language means a brick, and it's the name of the street, Telliskivi Street. And it was found about in 2007 when the first, in a former industrial site, when the first restaurant was opened there. And then the idea was just to unite all the creative thinking people and just to provide them some cheap place for their offices and for the business, for little startups. And said a bit more and more. And now in Telliskivi, there is more than 200 different small companies. They have the offices there. They have the little shops. There is more than 10 restaurants. There is a few bars and cafes and locals. And especially on Friday, Saturday night, there's even more because people are doing it from outside. So Piatus Depot, so that's exactly this area. But that's exactly the area where the young people of, I'd say not only young people, but all different people are gathering here. If you see on the left, there's Telliskivi Poetanav. Telliskivi Poetanav. There is unfortunately there is no light inside, so the shops are closed. But all these companies, they are Estonian based, and if you want to get something really made in Estonia, I always advise people come to Telliskivi, and it goes that way and it continues all the way down. So just from inside of the building, Plus, well, this building doesn't look really nice. I mean, it was built during the Soviet times. It was part of the industrial site, but now it's at least it's have some you know. No, that's different breweries and different local bars, and people are even drinking, as you see, from outside. There is a tap room of, for example, Junimperium in Estonia. I guess it's everywhere in the world now. So drinking gin is became again quite quite pop thing. So especially in Estonia, when we have on the islands of Estonia, there is a lot of forest for juniper, and especially from the islands, we have different small companies distilling gin, and that's one of those companies. So we see different parts of graffitis from this building, from here. It was the first restaurant that was built here in 2007 in a former canteen, Soviet canteen. Yeah, so it's called F Hone, F building. And now you can see some street art exhibition. And more or less we are done. So just for last view on a continuation of the Telliskivi, because Telliskivi going that way, you can see there is some buildings, some offices, some studios, and also on that square. So there is a Fotografiska, and you can see that's exactly the Swedish museum. It's a big conference, it's a big place venue for the concerts, and well, as you can see around different places, different bars, which is closed now, and one of the first cab bar. You can see Poodle from here, from the left. So yeah, finally stop. So that's about it.